All right, we're gonna pair you up with. How do I say his? I can never pronounce his name.
Martin Maldonado.
Maldonado. All right. Okay, I'm gonna take y'all both at front foot strike because that's synced up pretty good last time. Okay. Okay. All right. I mean, right out of the bat, we already know that you got some mobility issues, specifically with that back foot in, complete open like that. I know you're trying to be quick turning that knee over, but that leg is collapsing. You're just gonna be slower coming up if you're in a position for your leg to collapse. I'd rather see you like him on on your power pads, or specifically on the front leg, on the back leg, good dorsiflexion to spring and fire out of. And, something where your trunk is a lot more upright. If I look at his trunk angle, I know he's kind of turned sideways. I look at his trunk angle, get your trunk angle, and look at the difference, okay? I think that's huge, is the quicker guys are going to have more vertical trunk positions, okay? All right, let's watch you coming up. Okay. He's receiving the ball too, so he's delayed initially. So he's probably coming up a little bit quicker than you, even though y'all are getting the front foot. I mean, your foot plant, you got foot plant a little bit quicker than him. Okay, but look at you too. You're already cocking the ball because you're an early arm cocker. Look, he's still got his hands together. Okay, you're trying to get that arm up way too early. Like I was saying, typically with catchers, they're late. You're way too early getting that arm up. Okay, so he's striding. Thing is, look, he got up quicker than you to that position. Okay, back to that position. You're just taking the long road there. Problem is with guys that want to take that long or start early and take that long to get to the cock position, all this shuts down because it's waiting. It's like this guy's like, hold on a second, I got to get up, and all this shuts down. That's why we got to work on your arm path. Be something I want you to be. Look at Maldonado. He's in flexion here, and then he comes right out of the glove in that arm flexion, ball inside elbow. Okay. He's also, like we said, look at the counter rotation of the trunk. His trunk's turned a lot more closed than yours is, and as he goes to front foot strike, he's got a little bit more of a load on this back leg, I'd say, than you. If you look at, if you did this, you'd get an indication of that as opposed to, so he's maybe a little bit more than you. But definitely one of the issues we saw was closed front side. You're an open front side. Not only that, you're an open front side here. That's why I would like you to keep this flexed as well, okay? And then as you're about to land, then you trigger hip rotation by opening your front foot and driving your back foot. So literally, look, he gets as far as he wants to go, and then last second he turns it open, and at the same time too, he's turning it open, he's slamming that knee down. Turns it open, slams that, or actually the process for him is more, because that what helps really power hip rotation, he slams the knee down and then opens the foot. So you see him slam the knee down and then last second opens the foot. So when he hits front foot, he's got a ton of force going into that front leg. Okay? He's good knee behind heel too here. And as he stabilizes front leg, next frame, his hips are almost completely open. Or if we go one frame back, he's a lot more closed than you because we can see his glove side shoulder. We can't see your glove side shoulder. So there's a lot more separation of hip to shoulder at that point. And then from there, he pushes that trunk out, stabilizes his front leg. Now this is where I got to take you back a little bit. Look at the load on his arm. Okay, a lot more external rotation on the arm, which means more torque in that shoulder to generate speed. Okay, and then explodes out, and he even gets a little, I'd say maybe a little bit more extended than you, maybe not, maybe close. Okay, but if we looked at even this, let's see, from foot to that back hip to head, foot to back hip to head. Okay, he's a little bit more trunk forward with that front leg extended. Okay, so if we just look back, the key points were, okay, He was later to start his arm cocking, even though he was quicker to arm cocking. Okay. He was closed longer to front foot here and here. And he was quicker into front foot, the back leg drive, which we didn't see with you. You were just kind of pushing slowly through. And then we see because of that, he got more hip to shoulder separation going into front foot, more external rotation with trunk tilt. Okay. If we even look at the trunk tilt from this position, let me get it more straight. Okay. 57, 10 degrees more trunk tilt with, this is almost 180 degrees of external rotation. You've got about 150 degrees of external rotation. So there's tons of studies that say more trunk tilt with more maximum external rotation, more ball speed. Okay. Now, as far as in quickness, once he, from y'all are moving about the same amount of time, and he's releasing that ball, I'd say probably a split second earlier, but probably a ton more ball speed on it. So he released it a split second before you, and he threw it harder than you, right?